Hi everyone, I'm gonna try a bit of a different video, not just a box opening, but I ended up buying all these elves versus inventors uh, earlier this week, and I was gonna just talk a bit about why I did it, or I guess why it made sense to do it, either long term or well, more for short term for these ones. So um, and also like looking at some unloved products as things that might have cards that have rebounded or um, just get discounted and end up being worth um, taking a look at then. So I ended up buying a bunch of these um, a few weeks ago, and um, I bought some more just this past week, as I said. And part of the reason why these make sense is because of the Kaldheim Commander deck, Elven Empire. They helped make the Azuri go up in price quite a bit from the last time that I looked at it. Like, I just looked at these and went, okay, well, there's a Dark Steel plate. It will get reprinted again. It's not going to be a $10 card anymore. It's going to probably be a $3 to $5 card. I'm not going to spend $25 on one of these decks. But and for the most part, it is just a dark steel plate still. But with the Azuri and even the welder is worth some money. So I'm gonna end up opening this one up, and then we'll take a look at what else is in this deck, making it me think it's worthwhile even on a bit of an arbitrage play. So you had, I guess, a pamphlet of talking about the decks. Then you got filler card, two side-loading themed deck boxes, and then you get two dice, two of the Planeswalker spin downs, various colors, and then the two decks, and then the Azuri and the Welder. So um, so then for the elf deck, you have a few cards, a couple that have a bunch have been reprinted still, but it also doesn't hurt that elf, the Lathril Blade of Elves, um, can be just got on its own. Like instead of just spending the elf deck was like a pretty expensive one at most of the stores. Out of the two of those, like it was around like $35 Canadian. So me, I would probably have just bought the Lathril and built from scratch. But so you got a Dwynen as another rare, Elvish Archdruid, which is in that deck in the other commander deck, but it still holds like a pretty decent value, like a dollar or two. Bulk rare. Oh crap. Avalanche. You got a Regal Force. That's like a couple bucks. Two Sylvan Advocates that aren't really worth anything anymore. Talara's Battalion. That's not worth anything. A Yeva that actually surprised me how it rebounded because it was always suppressed in the core set it came out in because it was in the intro deck as a intro deck foil. Orn Reef of the Vastwood, and then you had a couple Elvish Mystics, and really not. You had 2 Dwynen's Elite, that's not too bad, and 2 of the Archers, and some forests, and a couple treetop villages. Not that they're worth anything really anymore, but they used to be a good pick to pick out. And then just some tokens at the end. So then in the inventors deck, for rares you got 2 Pia and Kieran and Lars. They're not really worth a whole lot. 1 Darksteel Plate, which is like the chase card in the whole deck. Mirror Battlesphere, Scuttling Doom Engine, Solemn. That used to be a really solid card for around $4 or $5, but it's not bad that it's like only a couple dollars, like $2-3 now instead. Thopter Assembly, a Temple of Epiphany. That's really been suppressed after being one of the best when it was in Journey for the Scrylands. Shivan Reef. So then with the commons and uncommons, you don't get a whole lot for this one either. You get a couple of Ethereum Sculptors, which aren't bad, and a few other relatively okay cards. You get 1 of each of the artifact lands. That's not too bad at least, and Darksteel Citadel, and a few more tokens. So the reason why I like this deck for the short term, breakdown and flip, is you can do it either through you can do it either through the just even like buying the deck and then busting it down, finding people that would want the key cards. You probably have to just like bulk out the bulk, but if you could find a person to even just buy these 8 cards, you'll be doing well. Or even if you just did it where you sold off these 7 cards and you needed a Darksteel Plate, or you sold off the other 7 cards and you wanted to keep the Azuri or something. So like there is some flexibility in being able to even just like some of the cards even have a relatively decent buy list, considering like I've seen the Darksteel Plate for like $10 to $12. So if you can get the deck around like $20, $25, and same with the Azuri, like I've seen buy lists like $8 to $10 on a few of them. So like you could net out like some junk, or really make a couple of the bigger cards much more affordable through either trade or selling, or even buy listing. So anyways, I just figured I'd do a little video talking about this kind of unloved product. I never liked it when it came out. I thought it was kind of like meh, and I kind of wish I bought a lot when it was more plentiful and available. So anyways, if you could, I guess, hit the like button or subscribe or any of that YouTube stuff, that would be great. And have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks and bye.